They won't let you see. Evidence thrown away. It's an election that was for sale. The media eager to crown their guy president. Failure after failure after failure. And they won't let us know the truth. It's a recipe for a brazen theft. We need to stop this now. Contact your legislators. Demand they protect our democracy. Take action. Go to thehonestvote.com.
Warning, parental advisory is recommended. Oh, just listen.
Hello everyone, this is Friday night, December 11th, 2020. Thank you for listening. Do you realize how much litigation is happening now in 8 states? The Texas ruling was recently put together and would have been a bonus had it won. But today, Friday, the Supreme Court rejects the Texas lawsuit. And the left-wing media is celebrating. The Pennsylvania case is still alive, and a lot of cases still pending in other states. Act 77 was passed, clearly in violation in the Pennsylvania Constitution, which says there are only 2 ways to vote: in-person and absentee ballot with an excuse. Act 77 gives you all kinds of ways to vote. The problem is to provide the additional ways to vote. You have to change the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and that did not happen. Who knows, we may see the military involved. President Trump is not a stupid man. He warned the American people about this voter fraud way back. Worst case scenario, or if we found out our courts are compromised, you could look this up at whitehouse.org. That President Trump on September 12, 2018, he signed an executive order on imposing certain sanctions in the event of foreign interference in a United States election. Keep the faith, it's far from over. Don't believe what the mainstream media says. Tomorrow, Saturday the 12th, be sure to check out on NTD, that's NTD, on YouTube Live in D.C. for the live Trump rallies. Should be a doozy. I will leave you with this clip from today. It's from the Wisconsin State Legislature's election joint public hearing. After numerous witnesses testified, this is what Representative John Mako had to say.
We have time for one last question. Representative Mako.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And maybe it's not necessarily directed at the witness. But I'm increasingly getting frustrated and wondering what we can actually do. I just want to scream as we look at all of this nonsense. And there's a short-term problem and a long-term problem. The short-term problem is this current election, and I feel virtually helpless. The longer-term one, if any of this legislation requires the governor's signature, again, I think we're at a loss. I've got no less, as you are doing, Senator Bernier. I'm making a list, and I'm up to 15 different pieces of legislation already, and it's disgusting to me. I'm also vice chair of the audit committee. I'm wondering if that helps. I'm just looking, is there any value in us talking to the joint chairs of that committee and doing a full-blown audit? Again, doesn't help us today, doesn't help us in the next few weeks, but I'm increasingly frustrated at hearing testimony from this witness and all of these witnesses who I find profoundly credible to take their time to come down here and put up with this. And I'm just frustrated as a representative. I certainly, like many of you, are doing this job because out of the stewardship sense of responsibility that I have. People say, you must have always wanted to do this. I go, no, I don't even know I need to do it now. I'd much rather be sitting down in Florida. But but I feel responsibility that we've got to get up here and do things. And I think it's quality business people and everybody in this room that is lending that credibility. And so, again, I hope that we get some guidance. And I apologize, sir. I know I'm not asking a question, but I'm sitting here getting more frustrated by the minute, the more of this stuff that I hear, wondering, well, what can we do? And so, again, going forward, Obviously, it'll be legislation. I hope you guys, whatever you put together, I'll sponsor that. And then the second thing is, can we do an audit? What do we do moving forward? So that's just the profound frustration that I'm having over here.
Please follow and subscribe on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or on most of your podcast platforms. I made it easy for each and every one of you. You could get all the links all in one place at lyricalspit.com. Until next time, this is Diafullah, the Butcher Dobashi. Hate don't beat hate, but love has a chance. Hashtag Lyrical Spit, hashtag Save Our Children, and Epstein didn't kill himself. This was a Say-Sahant Dynamite Productions.
Huh! Huh! Huh!
Help keep this show free by buying some of our swag of apparel at butcherspit.com. We have t-shirts, hoodies, and even baby onesies. That's butcherspit.com.